Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to the weekend preview, of course, of our Predictor League and the Fantasy Football as well. Now, let's have a quick welcome to two new people from last week, and that is Trustos2, who looking to got off to a really, really good start last week. And the other newbie was Benji Molina. Respectable, but obviously no Trustos quite last week. But a big congratulations must go to Rujistan, who wears the golden cap this week. Congratulations, mate. 13 points, 3 correct results, 2 close results, and 2 exact results as well, which was quite stunning. As I said, Trustos with a very good debut, and Kebrov9 continues to close down Parramatta Power at the top of the table. Parramatta Power really just off form lately. And a big, I guess, commiserations to Pompey Canuck, who brought home the wooden spoon this week. If we have a quick look at the overall leaderboard, we can see there, Parramatta Power, his lead it's down to a 1.5. I said last week could be the week we see a change at the top of the table, and we haven't had a change since week 1. Parramatta Power has led us since the first round, but only a 1.5 back now, Kebrov. We could see a change, and Rujistan shooting up the table as well. It's there with Adam Riley, the real villain, and then a bit of a gap back to myself. And I think the rest of us are just kind of playing for fun at this point. But fun it is, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at what we have coming up this week. And actually, I should show you the whole leaderboard so everybody can see where they stand there. So there we go. Where are we here? Matches. Let's have a look at what's upcoming this week. And we start with Newcastle versus Manchester City. And this could be anything. Newcastle against Villa during the week. On Monday night, Newcastle didn't look great. I'll be honest; they really didn't. I think City's due a big score, aren't they? I'm going to say 4-0. That could get ugly. Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Burnley's been playing well lately. Crystal Palace, I think, has been doing okay. They almost beat Liverpool last week, didn't they? I think this could be tight. I'm going to say it's going to be a Burnley special, a 1-0 there. Even though they are scoring a few goals, Palace aren't the worst defensively. Chelsea versus West Ham. West Ham, they're looking a beaten team before they even go out in the field these days, aren't they? Assuming that they don't sack their coach, I'm going to say, would Chelsea ship a goal? I'm going to say 4-1. Maybe West Ham could nick a goal for themselves. They got a couple, didn't they, against Spurs last week. Liverpool versus Brighton. I think Liverpool might be looking for a little bit of... there could be some I'm tipping some big scores this week, aren't I? But I think they drew, of course, against Napoli during the week. I think they could be out for a little bit of revenge in that one. Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they've gone off the boil just a little bit without playing horribly. I think there'll be a Mourinho special, a 2-0 there. Southampton versus Watford. This is a 6-pointer to end all 6-pointers, isn't it? Southampton were a little bit unlucky last week against Arsenal. Do they take a little bit of belief from that? I'm going to say 1-1. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Southampton. Yeah, 2-1 Southampton. Wolves versus Sheffield United. Now, at the time of recording, Wolves are yet to play in Europe. Sheffield United were really unlucky against Manchester, and they just kind of fell to pieces for a couple of minutes there and cost themselves a win. I'm going to say 1-1. I think Sheffield United is a good team this year. I'm going to say 1-1 in that one. Norwich versus Arsenal. Now Norwich played well last week, didn't they? They got a win. Arsenal, they're in Europe midweek as well. I think Arsenal, they're in crisis. I'm going to say 2-0. I think they could get beaten there. Leicester versus Everton. Leicester's a good team. Everton, they need to sack their manager too, don't they? I'm going to say 3-1. I think there could be a couple of late goals there for Leicester. And the final game, another Villa game on TV. Manchester, they are in Europe, of course, in the Europa League again, aren't they? But I think they're just taking kids, haven't they? So they're not taking the first team. I'd love to say that Villa could go to Old Trafford and win, but we never do. We just never do. I'm going to say, do we have a goal in us? We maybe have a goal in us, maybe 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. So there we go. There's my tips, guys. A few of you haven't made yours yet. Hopefully this will be the reminder for you. Look at Kebrov and Parramatta Power. They're keen, aren't they? Oh, this is the rivalry. This is Arsenal Man United back in the day, isn't it? Who is going to come out on top? But yeah, don't forget to put your tips in, guys. And let me know what you think in the comments. Will we see a change at the top of the table this week? It could be the week, couldn't it? Let's have a quick update on the fantasy football here as well. And you'll see my team for this week. Before we get a look at that, let's go and have a look at how the actual league is shaping up. Now, this is just for Patreons, any level Patreon. There is a link in my description if you are interested in that. And if you are a new Patreon, and well, first of all, thank you. And you haven't joined this yet, I did send out the code to enter. If you haven't got it, then just let me know, and I'll resend it to you. But you can see I had an absolutely stunning week last week, and Vault GFC had an off week. I have slashed that gap back to within 40-something points. So maybe it's not over just yet. And it was Vault GFC was the only one to have a really bad week, because Cobra Chickens and Jokers FC also had decent weeks, and an average squad, if we're being generous, had an average week, didn't they? But that's okay, Aaron. You'll get them next time, mate. You'll get them next time. This is the team that I've picked for this week. I actually had a bit of a mistake last week where I forgot to save the team that I sort of went through and said I was going to pick, and then I ended up with more points because of it. So, although I did leave Cantwell on the bench and he got 10, so that was frustrating. So I'm going to stick with Nick Pope in goal this week. I mean, they're both... Crystal Palace at home, Everton at home. I just think Burnley at home is maybe more likely to keep a clean sheet, but you never know. We're going to go with our Leicester defender, whose name I can't say. Alexander-Arnold, Tarkowski, and Lundstrom as our back four. Salah, Sterling, I'm going to captain him this week. I think City's due a big performance, and McGinn, we're going to stick with him in midfield with Vardy, Wood, and Abraham. If he's fit, if he's fit, I'm not even sure he'll play if he's any sort of risk, but let's hope he does. And if not, Cantwell can come in to face Arsenal because they're playing Arsenal, and I'm just going to keep Mings away from the team with Villa going to Old Trafford because we have a horrible record there. So that is my fantasy team. I should say too, if you do want to join the Super Brew, it's never too late. There's still the Golden Cup to play for every week. So there is a link to that down in the description as well. So please, the more the merrier. And it was great to have 2 new people join. We're up to 18. I wonder if we can get to like 25 or so by the end of the season. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But guys, that is the weekend preview. We'll keep them short and sweet as we usually try and do. I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you enjoy your weekend of football. Take care.